also the Dynamite from down under. He is the Moment Maker, the Aussie Icon.
Fox Sports Sacramento, right in Sacktown, coming to you from the Fox Sports Studio. Fridays usually is when we talk wrestling, but you know what? Today is different. We break format because Monday Night Raw is in town tonight, and get this. New tickets just released starting at $40. So make sure that you go to Ticketmaster.com. It was sold out, so get over there. But I say we break format because we are incredibly honored and welcomed to have WWE superstar Grayson Waller here with us today. What's up, Grayson?
I'm feeling good, and what a treat for the people of Sacramento. Monday Night Raw, we're putting on a show, and I know the people of Sacramento kind of need that because the Kings are going to be terrible this year. So, you know, get to come and watch the show now because it's going to be a tough one for the next few months for any of the Kings fans.
So you pay attention.
I pay attention, yeah. I can see you wearing your Kings gear today. Interesting choice, you know, but it's preseason. Preseason, you can feel good, you know, before the year starts, and then you're going to be a little bit depressed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, there's two things this city loves, Grayson. One is the Kings, and I don't know if you realize or not, two, it's wrestling. They turn out for the WWE, and I consider it to be one of the better crowds here in the States.
Very much so, and it's always fun coming out to the West Coast, and I was here Friday for SmackDown as well. We're down in San Fran, even down there in San Jose, those fans are crazy too. So it's like the whole West Coast is always a lot of fun to come and do shows at. So I'm excited for tonight. I think it's going to be a big one tonight. No
doubt. How are you feeling? I know your neck was having a little bit of an issue. Are you close to getting back, Greg?
You know, I'm a very dangerous man. You know, I'm almost like I'm a cyborg lad. So, you know, I took the Mexican Destroyer from Penta, a very dangerous move. Moves should be banned, somehow still legal.
Yeah.
But I'm up walking, I'm up running around. I'm just in Australia, now back here. And, you know, that's kind of the thing I do. You know, and that's something that the members of the New Day have taught me. Even when you're hurt, you still turn up. That's the kind of people we are.
Yeah, what's it been like spending time with them?
You know, what a great opportunity for someone like me to hang out with a Hall of Fame tag team. You know, they are hands down the best tag team of all time. They've had the most tag team championship reigns. There's no way to argue it. So it's been good to sit back and have some real veterans kind of teach me the way things work around here.
Very cool. Grayson Waller joining us here on Fox Sports Radio. Ryan in Sacktown taking you up to 6 o'clock tonight with the Grant Napier Show. Also, don't forget, Monday Night Raw, as Grayson said, 4:30 starts. New tickets just released, starting at $40. They will go quick. The show was already sold out. So, Grayson, you talked about banned moves. I know you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on the tush push?
I love the tush push. You know, it's the kind of move where other teams have tried it and have been unsuccessful. So it's undeniable that the Philly Eagles are very good at the tush push. And I know if I went for a different team, I would hate it. But as someone who likes people hating them, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. When we ran it against the Giants 4 plays in a row and I saw Twitter blow up for a couple of minutes, that brought me a lot of joy. But you know, we got Jordan Mailata on the team.
Yeah.
He's a fellow Western Sydney boy like me, a rugby boy. So, you know, we're bringing some rugby to the NFL. You got to get used to it.
Do you think that's a rugby play at the end of the day?
Partly some of it is, definitely. Yeah. You know, it doesn't look like something I want to be a part of. It looks extremely painful, but like I think that's something that the players and the Eagles want to win that bad that they put their body through that. And if it's successful, find a way to stop it. Yeah, that's on the other teams, really.
See, that's exactly it. If you can't stop it and you know it's coming.
Like, we had really good deep balls to A.J. Brown yesterday. We're going to ban that too? Oh, no deep balls to A.J. Brown. They can't stop it. It's not fair.
I thought that was already banned. I thought they weren't throwing him the ball anymore.
Hey, yesterday, 4 catches, 125, 2 touchdowns. You just gotta wait your time.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Grayson Waller, WWE superstar, joining us. Speaking of football, I was going to talk to you about the punters in the NFL, it being a Australian thing now. I mean, you see so many Aussies as punters. But I want to go back to Australia. I want to go back to Perth. I thought one of the coolest moments of Crown Jewel was not on the main card. It was the press conference, and you came on stage. You did a shoey with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Tell me the origin of the shoey, and what the heck do you do to dry that shoe out afterwards?
Well, you know, the shoey itself is something that's been in Australian culture for a little bit, but I think it got popularised by a few of the big-name Australian sports stars. So Daniel Ricciardo in the F1, Tai Tuivasa in the UFC, and it was just like, it's just such an Australian thing, like, you're celebrating a win by drinking from a shoe. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of become part of our pop culture. So getting to do it in Perth, me and Rhea have done it before, but getting Io Sky to come along with us and do something like that. And I think Bailey and Kathy Kelly also at another appearance did a shoey too. It's like, that's how we welcome you into our culture. You want to be Australian, you got to pass the Australian test, you got to drink from your shoe. Now, for me personally, it's got to be your own shoe, and then you got to wear that shoe afterwards. You know, no fresh shoes, none of that type of thing. You got to do it properly, and everyone did. So, Io Sky, Bailey, Kathy Kelly, honorary Aussies now.
Love it. Cole, you tried to get him on the action. I was watching it. He tried to pour his beer in your shoe at first. You see that?
Interesting choice, but I think Michael Cole, only brought one pair of shoes, and that's on him, And unfortunately, I think the crowd let him know what they thought about him doing that. But maybe next time we're in Australia, we'll convince Cole to get involved.
No doubt. Grayson Waller joining us here on Fox Sports Radio. Monday Night Raw tonight from the G1C. By the way, if you have seats around the ring, I've heard Grayson say this, interact. You look like one of the funner talents just to have fun with. Like, if you were in a teacher's class, you would be the kid that was always causing the problems.
Yeah, the great thing about what we do is it's like, if you're an actor, you're doing TV, whatever it is, people watch your stuff. You never get to watch people watch you. For us, we get to go out and we have thousands of people there getting to watch with us. And I think it's a cool thing. I remember being on the other side and being a fan and how cool it was if a wrestler looked at you or if a wrestler touched your hand on the way down.
Yep.
For me personally, I'm never going to do those type of things. I'm going to say really mean things to the fans in the crowd. There was a young kid on Friday at SmackDown who had a beautiful sign. It was his birthday and his first wrestling show.
Oh.
I took that sign. I stomped on that sign. I didn't rip it, though. I must have been feeling kind that day. But that's why WWE, and especially Monday Night Raw, is an experience unlike anything else. Like, where else do you get to go see these larger-than-life superstars in front of you, and you get to interact with them? If you don't 100%. Like them, boo them. If you love them, cheer them. You can chant whatever you want. Have a look at the Australian shows,
Yeah.
That's the great thing about what we do. Our fans come out. They let us know what they think. But we let them know what we think, too.
That's fun. I love when wrestlers do that. When The Miz was early on coming up, I took my little brother to a show, and he was very similar to you, very eager to interact and have fun at that point of his career, and we had some fun with that. I do want to talk to you because I know you seem, or at least from my perspective, and I guess I'm having a little bit more of an educated conversation with you because I feel like this city is very educated on wrestling, but you're very much big into respect. You're very much into, honoring the business, passing it forward. But how do you feel with WWE Unreal on Netflix? Because to me, 20 years ago, that would have never flew.
No, and me personally, I've watched clips here or there.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's not for me. I've had a lot of mates back home who weren't necessarily wrestling fans who have now watched it because it's on Netflix, so everyone has it. And said they loved it.
Yeah.
I got really close friends of mine who always ask me for the secrets. I'm never going to give them the secrets, but now they get to watch this and they get to see it in a different light. What I do like about it is you see how stressful our job is. Our job isn't just going out and doing a match. There's so much happening behind the scenes and getting ready and things changing and ad time and this. So I do like that it kind of showed people, hey, this isn't easy. For me personally, though, I like to keep the magic a secret.
Sure.
Grayson Waller, you don't know anything about me, really. You know what I let you see. And that's something that I hold very dear, and that's the kind of wrestling I like. But I do see the positives on allowing a new audience to see what we do and show them a little bit behind the scenes. But I don't think you'll be seeing Grayson Waller on Unreal.
On Unreal.
anytime soon.
Fair enough. Grayson Waller joining us here on Fox Sports Radio. By the way, Golden One Center, Raw, tonight. New tickets just released, beginning at $40. Go get them. They will definitely go quick. Grayson, for my generation growing up, it was the debate, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, or Macho Man. You're younger than me. Who did you grow up watching?
I thought your generation was more like Gorgeous George type of thing.
Oh, man. You're being generous.
Okay.
I got some, somebody gave me a senior menu yesterday.
Yeah, no, I see it,
Went
dude.
to dinner?
Yeah, no, I can tell. For me, growing up, my kind of era was like Shawn Michaels was the first guy who really got me into it, which is obviously a cool thing now that I've got to work with Shawn personally, that type of thing. But then also, like, I think AJ Styles and John Cena were two guys who, when I grew up a little bit, were the ones that I was diehard for, which is crazy now because obviously we have Cena has 3 dates left. AJ's talking about retirement. I think we're seeing like a generation ending right now, which is crazy, but also very cool to see. I got to go into the crowd, kind of snuck in to watch AJ and John at Crown Jewel, and it was awesome. It's very rare that I get to be a fan anymore, and I handed in my fan card, but I picked it up for about 45 minutes for that match, and it's really cool getting to see the guys that I watched growing up, getting to work with them, obviously, but also seeing them, they're still at the top of their game. Like, you saw what they did in Crown Jewel. It's wild that they're, at the end, and they're almost as good as they've ever been.
It's a testament to, I mean, I can't speak to the business side, but athletes taking care of their bodies. I mean, speaking of what you guys do for a living, it's not like you teleport from city to city. The travel is brutal.
Yeah,
Grayson.
it's horrendous. I always say I get paid for the travel. I don't get paid for the wrestling. The wrestling's the fun part. But I think it's even like a different backstage attitude. You know, you always see the stories back in the day. All the guys were out till 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
being wild. And now everyone takes this very seriously. This is a full-time job that we have. You know, we got to get up at 7 a.m. to go to the gym. We're doing all these media things. There's so much more that we're doing and looking after ourselves, and we take this very seriously. And you can see by how good a shape the entire roster's in. Every time in the ring, no one's blowing up. So I think wrestlers look at the business a little bit differently and look at longevity, because that's what it's really about. You know, back in the day, you know, you hear those stories of Sean being, he was ready to go.
Yeah.
He's going to put it all on the line. If then this is his last match, he went out on top. Whereas a lot of us now, we're looking at longevity. We see someone like AJ Styles, who's been wrestling almost 30 years and is still doing it as good as he can. But that's because he takes care of himself and he's working as hard out of the ring as he is in the ring.
No doubt, no doubt. Grayson Waller joining us here on Fox Sports Radio Sacramento. WWE Monday at Raw tonight. Go get your tickets. New tickets released just a little bit ago, beginning at $40. Grayson, if you had one more match, who would it be with?
Hopefully a few more than one.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, we're talking about those guys winding down, but
Yeah.
who would it be with right
You
now?
know, and I was very lucky to get in there with AJ, which was awesome in my time at NXT. I would love to have done that again now, you know, 3 or 4 years later. I kind of feel like I'm a different superstar now.
Yeah.
Would have loved to get there with John. Time's ticking down, and I don't think that time's going to come for me. But being in there in the ring with him was awesome.
Right.
But the one guy I'm going to keep saying till it happens right now is CM Punk. I think CM Punk is the best pro wrestler that exists right now, because you combine the in-ring, you combine on the mic, you combine everything that he does, you can combine like just the aura that he has when he comes out. Like, that's someone I want to test myself again. And I tell him to his face, I have no shame saying it. Every time I see him, I go, hey, I'm coming for you one day, lad. Like,
Love
when I
that.
get my opportunity, whether it's on the microphone or in the ring, I want to test myself against you. And that's the stuff that motivates me. You know, when I'm having to get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym because I have media things, I'm getting up because I need to put in more work so that when I get in with CM Punk, he goes, damn, man, that kid's good, man. Maybe I shouldn't have picked a fight with him.
Right.
That's the motivation that I have right now.
Love that. Grayson Waller joining us for just a few more minutes here on Fox Sports Radio. You guys have a ton of different programs going on with WWE, NIL. I believe you have a partnership with some of the different independent wrestling companies. I guess I want to ask you this, because you guys are just coming off of the run in Perth, and we'll end here. I would say Australian-wise, it's booming right now. Between you, Rhea Ripley, Bronson Reed, should we be paying more attention to the Australia Indies?
100%. For me personally, like I ride or die with Australian wrestling. The reason I'm here is because of Australian wrestling, and it's been good for multiple decades, but it's just so far away. You know, the time difference, like people don't pay attention. But then you see people like me, Rhea, Bronson, Zaria, you see how good they are, and everyone's like, where'd they come from? And it's like, they've been good for a long time. It's just you haven't had a chance to see. And being in Perth, a lot of the extras were guys that I used to train with. I got to go, I actually took a bunch of the WWE guys to an indie show on Sunday, which was like the big Australian super show. And it's just like, it frustrates me at times that there's not more of them getting an opportunity, because being an American, it's so easy to get a chance to have WWE see you, because they can see you all over the place. For the Australians, it's very hard to just get that foot in the door. So I know myself and Bronson and Rhea all have the same mindset. Our job is to get the eyes on those people. The work we do here is so that the door stays open for other guys and girls to come and get the opportunities that we get. And anytime any of the NXT guys or Triple H ask us about Australian wrestlers, we always have 3 or 4 names. Bang, 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 bang. Because the Australian wrestlers are the best in the world, and we're going to keep showing it.
Love it, Grayson. So we'll end here. What should everybody expect that's heading out to Monday Night Raw tonight?
Yeah, this is a huge one. You know, 3 title matches. Obviously, Sacramento's own Maxine Dupree wrestling for the women's Intercontinental title. That's going to be awesome. I'm really impressed with her growth as a performer, and I think tonight's going to be big for her. Dom Mysterio defending the Intercontinental title. The tag title is unfortunately on the line. Dragon Lee, AJ Styles just got given a tag title shot. Super disrespectful to the New Day. But then also, you know, there's so much stuff happening with Seth Rollins, the world title. I heard some whispers that maybe that will be figured out tonight. if you're in Sacramento, this is a big one for you to go. Like, you get 3 title matches, and you're going to find out everything happening with Seth Rollins. Like, if I were you, I'd make sure I was there because there's nothing better than watching WWE live.
Amen. Amen to that, Grayson. Again, limited tickets available now, just released. Golden One Center. Go to Ticketmaster.com, beginning at $40. Grayson, thanks so much time for coming in the studio and talking with us for a few minutes. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, and I hope you get to light the beam one time this year because it might only be once, lad.
And if it's, let's say they make the playoffs, are you coming back to light the beam?
The playoffs of what, the G League? Or
Hey, we are the G League champions. I mean, just saying. That's sad.
Let's go. Back-to-back G League champs. This is what's happening.
Hey, man, Grayson, you're the best. Have a great day, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome.